I'm watching Joe Biden, I'm listening to Joe Biden. The speech he gave the other night was contemptible, absolutely contemptible.
Mark Levin has just revealed explosive information that could shake the entire political landscape to its core. In a daring expose, he's uncovered a hidden trove of secrets about President Joe Biden that is bound to send shockwaves through Washington and beyond. What does this mean for the future of our nation? Could this be the turning point we've all been waiting for? Levin's fearless revelations challenge everything we thought we knew. This is the truth the American people deserve. Are you ready to face it? Background on Mark Levin. Mark Levin is a familiar name in the right-wing media. Everything he does in radio, in books, and in television has the potential to begin a conversation. First, Levin was a lawyer and even served as the chief of staff for Attorney General Edwin Meese during the Reagan administration. However, he really gained the attention of the society when he ventured into the media. Soon enough, his radio show known as The Mark Levin Show gained a lot of popularity among the people. Many people who were searching for a powerful conservative opinion were comfortable with Levin's passionate and often aggressive remarks, but he did not limit himself to the radio only. Levin is the author of Liberty and Tyranny and the Liberty Amendments, among other books. In these books, American politics and the Constitution are described in detail. They demonstrate how much he is a conservative and how much he fears the government overreach. He is very vocal and opinionated on TV, and the same is reflected in his writing style. He makes complex issues fun and simple to follow. Fox News show Life, Liberty, and Levin also attracted a lot of attention, as well as Levin's show. Since its launch in 2018, it has been popular, providing viewers with interviews and discussions on various topics. It has only strengthened him among conservatives that he is on TV. Of course, Levin has been in trouble before. Sometimes people do not always follow him due to the harsh tone and rather opinionated stance. What he has said about immigration, race, and media has been met with a lot of controversy and criticism from those who do not support him. One cannot fail to notice Levin's criticism of the then Vice President Joe Biden. He stated that he does not support Biden most of the time on issues such as immigration or the economy, and he believes that the government is becoming less conservative. Levin's opinion about Biden is actually a part of a broader campaign to safeguard what he perceives as American culture from what he perceives as threats from the left, the alleged leak. Mark Levin is a famous personality of the present time because he is involved in the scandal connected with the leakage of the private data of Joe Biden. It is stated that Levin disclosed different types of information on the president, including personal, policy, and secret information, which created a lot of furore. This is a further elaboration of the leak, its origin, and how it got out into the public domain. It was possible to notice that there were many various details in the leaked information. In a personal way, Levin is reported to have disclosed personal information about Biden's family, perhaps information that only a close friend or a family member would know about him, including details about his relationships and personal life. Some people believe that this information is off-limits because it discusses things that are prohibited to discuss in the political sphere. It is said that the leak contained information regarding policy-making and how Biden makes decisions, as well as his plans for the future. This may involve discussions that take place in a closed door on new policies, changes in the system of governance, or any other matters that require secrecy for the proper running of government. The worst of it is that it is stated that secret information has been disclosed. This could include intelligence activities, national security, or any other sensitive information at a top-secret level. It is especially alarming that this kind of information leak could occur because it may affect national security and diplomatic relations. As much as the issue is about the information that was leaked, a lot of controversy has been centered on how the information was collected and disseminated to the public. According to several sources, Levin's sources are not very clear. Some believe it was derived from unnamed government sources or from documents which were either stolen or donated to Levin in an unknown manner. Other people also believe that Levin could have obtained this information from his connections of insiders in the political system or individuals who whistleblow in the system. Levin has not fully described how he came by this information, and that has made people to ponder and perhaps look more closely. His enemies argue that because he does not speak much about the sources, they are concerned with the ethical and legal ramifications of his actions. Others do not like how the information was brought to the public as well. As it was reported in the first instance, Levin's revelations were not limited to one type only. Much of the leak was apparently discussed on his radio show, The Mark Levin Show. Levin is famous for debating on his program, and it is reported that he mentioned the leak on his program. Levin can address many people and share his work in a very emotional way through this channel. Levin is said to have used some of the leaked information in his radio show, in a blog post or story on his personal website or any other website. This made the leak more widespread by allowing the information to reach people who would not normally tune into his radio program. The leakage went on growing as it was boosted by social media. Levin's shorter videos and summaries of his research were shared on social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook, and many people discussed it. The leak got even more attention and reached even more people because of how fast it went viral on social media, which in turn strengthened the debate and public response. It has been alleged that Mark Levin has disclosed many private aspects of Joe Biden's life, including personal information, policy information, and other sensitive information. In a personal level, Levin is reported to have revealed personal information about Biden's family, such as his health issues and how the family operates. Some people consider this as an intrusion of their privacy. As for the specifics of the policies, it is said that the leak revealed how Biden makes decisions within his team, what policies are being prepared, and how the strategy of the administration is evolving. This included discussions that were taking place in the background and the preparations for the next laws. The most worrying thing, however, was that secret information was reported to be contained in it. Levin is accused of disclosing information on national security, including intelligence reports and private diplomatic communications. This could have posed a threat to the national security and had an impact on the relation between nations. This information is difficult to verify as to its accuracy. This is a very important point in order to understand to what extent the leaked information correlates with other facts that have been verified. Levin's previous behavior and potentially his opinions are also considered when determining how true the leak is. In general, the specifics of the leak help to obtain certain information about Biden's government. However, the ethical and security implications are rather concerning. The White House, the media, and the public have had a lot to say about the supposed leak by Mark Levin. Try to focus on the reaction of people and what it implies to be leaked. Response from Biden and the White House. There have been some comments made by the White House and President Biden's spokesperson concerning the leak. The government has termed the leak as a violation of privacy and protocol, more so given the fact that there is sensitive and secret information. The White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and other officials have again and again said that the leak is a threat to national security and the credibility of the work of the administration. They have called for an investigation of how the information was gathered and shared, stating that such intrusions are detrimental to the government and the people. The White House has not only reacted to the breach, but also to the president's actions and decisions, and has said that the leak was an effort to shift focus from Biden's accomplishments and efforts. The government has claimed that Biden is very much keen on openness and responsibility, which makes it look like the leak was mainly done with the aim of causing controversy. It has also altered the image that people have about Biden. For some people, the leakage of their private and personal information has made them have no other option than to doubt the honesty of his government. The news has been used by the opponents to doubt Biden's capacity and decision-making skills, arguing that he cannot handle sensitive issues well. Some people may not trust the government anymore, especially those who did not trust Biden's policies and leadership in the first place. Although some people think that the leak was politically motivated and was intended to destabilize Biden's administration, some critics have alleged that the leak is intended to bring the president under a bad light and to shift focus from the good things that his administration has done in the aspect of policies and programs. From this point of view, the leak may not have a significant effect on Biden's image, especially for those who are his supporters and those who think that it is just fake news. Media and public reaction. Different sites have written about the leak from different perspectives. In most cases, conservative media have regarded the leak as a significant scandal that demonstrates the Biden administration's alleged shortcomings and the contentious aspects. Fox News and Newsmax have been among the news outlets that have concentrated on the shocking aspects of the leak, with emphasis on the private and secret information disclosed. Some of them claim that the leak proves that the administration could have been untruthful or negligent with information. Mainstream and liberal media outlets have been more careful in their reporting of the story, stressing what the leak might represent and the need for further investigation. These news sources have discussed the issue of compromising secrets and the impact that it could have on security in general. They have also investigated why the leak occurred, which gives one the impression that it might be a ploy to sabotage Biden's presidency. The reaction of people on social media has been fast and polarized. Some of the discussions that have taken place on the social media platforms include the following. People have expressed their opinions on the leak, speculated on why the information was leaked in the first place, and debated on the significance of the leak. Some of the users are angry that their privacy has been violated, and that there is a potential threat to national security, while others have used the leak to spread negative things about Biden and his government. The leak has also produced a lot of jokes, opinion articles, and posts that circulate on social media, which is an indication of how much the public is concerned in general. In politics, people make sure to demonstrate how people are split when it comes to politics on social media. For instance, Biden supporters dismissed the leak as insignificant, while opponents considered it as evidence of issues with how things were done. In response to the leak, Mark Levin has been defiant and unambiguous. He has stated that what he did was in an effort to ensure that he pressures the government into being accountable and reveal what he considers as malfeasance. Levin has stated that the information he passed was in the public domain or that he obtained it legally. This is in response to allegations that he exposed the country to danger or compromised the privacy of citizens. Levin has stated in public media that the leak was a good way of being truthful about some aspects of the Biden government that he considers to be wrong. He has also claimed that the hatred he receives is to silence him and his work and to stop conservatives for political purposes. Since the leakage, it has been both good and bad for Levin's business. On the one hand, it has boosted his popularity among conservatives who regard him as a courageous defender of their views and an important actor in the struggle against the present administration. In conservative media groups, this may have given him more power and reach to continue to spread his message. However, the problem has been criticized and analyzed to a greater extent as well. There were some who commented that Levin was reckless and insensitive, which would not sit well with the middle or the liberal section of the audience. They have asked him to be held responsible and have spoken of the ethical question that he has raised, which could impact his image in media in general. Implications of the leak. As it is claimed, Mark Levin has leaked information of enormous legal and political consequences. It affects Levin's profession, the Biden government, and how people even begin to talk about politics. The following are additional descriptions of these consequences. Levin may face a number of law and investigation issues due to the leakage of private information, and it is as follows. Because of the content of the material which was leaked, personal and possibly compromising data legal consequences for privacy and national security can be expected. The federal government may wish to know how Levin came across the secret information and whether or not he was in any way in breach of any regulations concerning the use, disclosure, or processing of such information. The main thrust of the investigations could be whether Levin received the secret information in an unauthorized manner, or whether he entered the place where the information was stored without having any right to do so. Levin and his sources can both be prosecuted for crimes if Levin's sources violated the provisions of the confidentiality agreements or did something unlawful. Other reasons why congressional committees or intelligence organizations may wish to speak to Levin is because they are interested in the security aspects of the leak. The leak could be beneficial or detrimental for Levin's position. On the one hand, it may help him with conservatives who regard him as a dauntless warrior against the Biden government. To these people, Levin's ability to fight the system and reveal what he deems as injustices makes him a better conservative voice. The leakage, on the other hand, may be disastrous to Levin if it leads to legal or moral implications. It might be that his reputation will be at risk to have negative comments from the public and other journalists. If Levin is guilty of something or was irresponsible, then this will definitely be a setback to his career. For instance, media networks could dismiss him, or he could not secure sponsorships and ads. It has significant political consequences on President Biden's administration because of the leakage. It may change the way people look at politics and the terms that they use while referring to it, which may pose a problem for Biden in passing his policy plan. The information leaked may be used by the critics and the opposition parties to question the decisions made by the administration and develop political issues. The scandal could also compel people to focus on Biden's government, to focus on its flaws or vulnerabilities. This extra attention could distract the administration and prevent it from attaining its policy objectives and getting to the Congress. It could also strengthen the opposition leaders and the media, through which the criticisms could be more effective, and change the narrative of Biden's administration. They could introduce changes within the Biden government, and this is possible because of the leak. The government may wish to make it hard to handle such information in a bid to address security and procedure problems that the leak highlighted. This could mean reviewing and enhancing internal security measures, observing how information is shared within the organization, and conducting internal investigations to avoid more leakage. It could also create a pressure on the government to become more open and to be answerable for its actions. The officials could try to convince the public and gain their trust by explaining the problems that the leakage raised and showing that they are concerned with personal data protection. The leak shows how important leaks are in modern politics and journalism. In most cases, they are used to portray some form of evil or to convey information that is not supposed to be relayed. But at the same time, they also pose a number of questions of ethics and law. Leaks can change the content of political discourse, the way policies are talked about and discussed, and the nature of politics. They are useful at times and encourage the disclosure of information, but they also spread fake news and make private information less secure sometimes. This is still a burning issue in politics and media, where the public has a right to information, and at the same time individuals have a right to privacy. Leakage of such information, such as the one involving Levin, may leave people with no trust in politicians or even the media. This is a problem when such information goes viral, as people may lose confidence in government organizations and officials. This is because they may be in doubt as to how secure and efficient the management of the information is. The leak could also lead to people wondering about the need for such a leak, and this may change perception of the information and the people conveying it. The media may also not be trusted when reporting leaks by people. There are those who may argue that the many news sources that report on leaks are probably exaggerating or even distorting the truth. However, there are media outlets that professionally handle the leaks by offering background information on the leaks, hence ensuring that the public trust is maintained through proving their work ethic in the right manner. As Mark Levin unveils explosive details about Biden, stay informed and engaged. Click on the video popping up on your screen to dive deeper into the revelations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates. Or